from the car again, where I apparently live all the time. Aha! Ryan has just stepped in to run an errand in the art store that he forgot to do yesterday, and then we have to go and pick up some more cat food and some cat litter to bring down to what we call his winter chalet, which is Ryan's parents' place where the cat's going to stay while we are gone to Nova Scotia. It has been a very full day so far of getting things ready. Last night I presented Ryan with my birthday gift to him, which was a weighted blanket, and secretly I kind of got it for me and just, said it was for him. It's for us both because it fits on the bed. Anyway, we slept with the weighted blanket last night, and oh my god, I think we both had the best sleep we've had in a really long time. I don't know why it has taken this long for us to get a weighted blanket, but I'm so glad that I did. The weighted blanket that we got is just the twin size, so it's not huge at all. One from IKEA, and I don't remember how heavy it is, but oh gosh, it's so good. Super, super good. Yeah, this morning I was on a tear I did some laundry, and then I made 6 Christmas masks. So 2 for me, 1 for Ryan, and 1 for every member of my family, so that we can have Christmas masks for the holiday season. I wanted to get those done. And that I would have made more in theory, but I ran out of the what is it, non-woven interfacing. It's interfacing, but it's like a neopropylene type of polypropylene thing that's has been recommended to be as a filter, or not a filter, but like an additional layer inside of a handmade mask. So I ran out of that, so I could only make 6. But that's plenty. We have some Christmas ones using that fabric that I got at Rick Rack yesterday. And now it's just packing and packing and packing and packing and getting ready. So we have a lot of things ahead of us to do, and a lot of house things. I need to clear out the fridge, tidy up the kitchen, change the sheets on the bed, so that when we come back in January, things will be nice and I can just crash in bed as soon as we get home. We will be driving down to Ryan's parents for Ryan's birthday supper and to drop off the cat. And then we have to be back home again by just before 9 o'clock to grab our suitcases, because the Uber is coming at 9 to bring us to the airport for 9:30. And then we board our flight at 10:45 if everything goes according to plan. But as long as we can get to the airport and get through security, that's all I care about. So as long as we can do that, then we're smooth sailing. Right now, I'm trying to decide what knitting projects to bring with me. And I was going to bring my Molly Fodge mittens that I'm working on, but to be honest, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not happy with how the cuff is turning out on them, I think I'm just going to bring the needles with me and then get yarn when I'm there, because Mom and Dad live a hop, skip, and a jump from Atlantic Fabrics, which is like the fabric craft yarn store type of thing that's pretty popular. I don't know if they have them anywhere else aside from Dartmouth, but anyway, that's where I'm going to go. And they have Briggs & Little. They have every color of Briggs & Little there. So I think I'm just going to wait until I go there and then get new yarn there. So that's what I think I'm going to do. And you ever have those things when you're packing for your knitting that it's like your eyes are faster and more optimistic than your hands? That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to be realistic, but we'll see. I do want to finish making some hats. There was a hat I'm making for Ryan's mom. I did make a hat for Ryan's dad, but then it's been so cold, Ryan claimed it, so I need to make another hat for Ryan's dad. Maybe I'm just going to use the yarn I meant to get for Ryan. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just wash the hat that Ryan's been wearing and then give it to his dad. Don't tell anybody that we're going to do that. Yeah, so that's on the docket, and it's a busy one, I gotta say. I need coffee. I think I need another coffee. And I'm gonna crash so hard on the plane tonight. I know it. I know I'm gonna crash really hard. Those hours before flying are always so stressful, aren't they? Oh my gosh, always so stressful. How many knitting projects do you pack for a 10-day vacation? I don't know. I'm going to show you what I am bringing with me on the plane. I am going to bring the hat here. I'm just talking. Ignore me. This is the, what is it? The Poof Light hat, sans mohair. I'm going to finish this because it's almost done. I'm going to finish this on the plane. So, or attempt to anyway. Double point needles with me too, so they shouldn't get taken away from me. Fingers crossed. And then I have yarn already wound up to make 2 more. In the off chance that I somehow have a lot of energy and can knit through the night, I can cast on for another one. So I have, there's that Olan yarn again in that really beautiful green. The colorway is called Pear, but it does not look like a pear. It looks more like, I don't know, moss or something. But I also have this skein of this ball of orange yarn, and this is a DK weight that is a one-of-a-kind skein that comes from Allison Barnes Yarns. So she, last year I think, or the year before, she sent me a surprise little gift of all of these one-of-a-kind skeins that basically fit into kind of a fun gradient. And yeah, I have this orange, so I figure I'm a big orange person. I come from a very orange family, and I think my brother would enjoy a hat made out of this orange, which is pretty nice. So those are coming with me. And I mean, really, I can bust through one of those hats in like 2 days, essentially. So we'll see how far I get. I'm also bringing, I'm hemming and hawing on it. Maybe I won't bring these, or maybe I will. Finishing the knee-high socks that I'm working on. That I can't remember if I have shared these recently or not, but you can see this is in a 3x1 rib, and I'm slowly making my way up the heel. I think I'll just bring them, and then I can probably finish them really fast, just for something else to do with my hands. And then I thought about knitting another pair of mittens, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to bring the needles just in case I change my mind, but I'm not going to be bringing the yarn for the Molly Fodge mitts. So I may end up getting yarn when I'm there, but I'm going to, I think, leave that yarn alone. I'm also bringing my half and half triangle wrap by Pearl Soho, which is a free pattern, and because I've just started it, and I think I could probably, if I can bust through the whole skein, I'll be happy. I'll pack another skein in there just in case, but I don't anticipate me going through like 3 skeins of this stuff. That's like over 1,000 yards. That's not going to happen. But I do want to have enough so I can see what the colorway is really going to look like as it's all knit up. It's done in the Hello Stella rustic in the, I don't know what they call the base. It's like the zebra base that a lot of different dyers use. This one here is non-superwash, and it is like 100% Highland wool. And so every so often you have this black fiber that's been spun barber pole style. You can see here. I find it knits up really beautifully in garter stitch actually, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna bring that, stuff that in there. And then I'm bringing one last thing for a hat to make, which is a hat for me, which will be neon pink. And so this right here is Lily and Pine, the birch sport. Is it birch or elm? Let me see. Yeah, it's a birch sport. And this stuff is the 100% merino. And then I'm going to hold it together with their Cereal alpaca in the same colorway. So this is the colorway lipstick, and this is also lipstick and held together. I think this is going to be pretty fun. So I wanted to make an actual poof light hat with this, and yeah, because I need a new hat. So that's what I want, and I want it in mohair. But this is not mohair, this is Cereal alpaca, so it's a little softer. So that's the yarn that I'm bringing and the projects that I'm bringing. And then inevitably, I'll probably get more yarn when I'm there, because that always happens. But yeah, I just thought I'd share. Now I have to go pack it all away. We have to get everything packed up, because when are we gonna leave? 4 o'clock? Ryan?
What?
Are we gonna leave at 4? Or 4:30?
Sure, 4:30.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave at 4:30. Now to pack up the suitcase.
Oh, it's okay, kitty. Yeah,
Oh dear. Oh, fluffy.
Hey.
We can explore space and put a probe on Mars, but we can't make a call on an Earth.
Oh my God, today has been a day. We flew in to Halifax. When did we arrive? It was like close to 8 o'clock this morning. Today's Monday. And I hadn't really slept at all on the plane. Normally I can sleep on the plane, but for whatever reason, just my body was not having it. So I did a lot of fidgeting and moving around and everything. But the plane was packed. It was super packed. And granted that, you know, masks were mandatory, vaccines were mandatory, and all that stuff, it was still pretty overwhelming to be on a plane for the first time in over 2 years and be on a plane during a whole pandemic situation. So anyway, there's a little bit of turbulence on the plane. I distracted myself from the pain I was feeling and also having a weird issue with feeling like I was hyperventilating in the mask that I was wearing. So even though I knew I wasn't, but I don't know, I think I was just so tired. I was reading, so to occupy myself, and the book I'm reading is Merry Inkmas by Talia Hibbert. It's a sort of a novella, I guess, Christmas themed, contemporary romance, and yeah, it's pretty kind of cheesy a little bit and good. I really love Talia Hibbert's writing. She writes contemporary romance really well, and like erotic romance and stuff really well. But was making me giggle a little bit because it's all around a tattoo shop, and the way that she talks about tattoos, as someone who has a lot of tattoos, I'm just like, it's totally romanticizing the whole thing, but we'll let it slide. Anyway, we arrived, and the interesting thing coming into Halifax Airport is that you have to, when you arrive, you have to fill out a online form and upload a proof of your vaccination status. And basically it's contact tracing. So they want to know where you are and how long you're going to be here for, and that you have to sign this whole thing about agreeing to isolate if you end up getting sick and all of that stuff. Otherwise, you'll end up with like thousands of dollars in fines. So we did that after we got our luggage, and then they give you, when you're leaving, a little package of 2 rapid antigen tests. So we did that when we picked those up, and then when we got home, or like back to my parents' place, we did the first rapid test. And so the reason they give you 2 is they suggest doing 1 on the first day you're here, and then doing a second one on day 3 while you're here, just to make sure nothing's incubated or anything. I mean, I'm doubly vaccinated as of June, and plus I had COVID previously, so it's kind of like I had a booster already. Ryan has been doubly vaccinated and even triply vaccinated, because he ended up getting a I think it was a Pfizer booster with, or maybe it was Moderna booster with, because he had 2 doses of AstraZeneca, so he ended up, when it became available, he ended up getting one of the mRNA shots with it too. So yeah, anyway, both of those tested negative, which was great. I kind of assumed that they would, but we'll do it again in a couple of days just to be safe. And then if we go to spend time with some family that live down the shore, we'll have to do it again then, just to ensure that we're healthy and going in, because there are small kids there, and we want to be extra safe. But the COVID numbers here are like really bad. Like for Nova Scotia, for sure, they had, like, I think this past weekend, over 900 new cases, and this is a province that's like small, right? Like the entire population of the whole province is probably like the population of Edmonton or like the population of Calgary. Like there's not a lot of people that live here. So the fact that there have been so many confirmed cases is really worrying. But I mean, we're not going to be going anywhere. We're just staying home. I want to do a little bit of shopping while we're here this week, just to do some Christmas shopping. I have to buy some books. I didn't buy books before we left Calgary, so I want to go and do that. And then go for walks and stuff like that. I'm down here in the spare bedroom because I wanted to do a little bit of vlogging, and this is probably how I'm going to check in with you while my time here. I'm just gonna hole myself away in the bedroom and do that. And yeah, it's also, they're making and dropping things upstairs. But their mom's making fajitas and she's frying onions, and my parosmia is like going absolutely crazy. And I've been sitting here with like my nose plugs like on top of my nose. Anyway, once they're cooked, it'll be fine. I can eat it, but yeah, it's super frustrating. And I talk about it all the time, but whatever. Tonight, I don't know what we're going to do tonight. I do want to finish knitting the hat that I'm working on. Let me show you the progress. Here is the progress of the Poof Light hat by Jessie Mae Martinson that I'm working on, that I'm making for my mother-in-law. So I just put this progress keeper marker in. I have basically another 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches to do before I start doing the decreases. The idea being that there will be a 2-inch brim on this. I really love how this yarn, which, let me see, I'm gonna be playing Yarn Chicken again, I think. This yarn is from Ancient Arts, and it's their light DK superwash merino. The colorway is called Lake Louise, I think is what it's called. It's a really beautiful blue, very mountainy. I think that she's gonna like it. She's definitely kind of a blue person. She looks great in blue and these kinds of blue. So hopefully I can get this done, and then I can cast on for the hat for my brother, which he doesn't know he's getting, but I'm hoping to finish really fast. So there's that. It's going along pretty good. I was going to do some knitting on the plane, but unfortunately, because I was so tired, my hands hurt a lot, and I couldn't, also I didn't want to turn on a light. We were on one of the older planes, so there were no TV screens or anything on the back of the seats, and they only had like the old school lights up above, and the person that was sitting next to me was asleep, and I didn't want to wake him up or anything, hence why I just read on my phone. Yeah, I had hopes to maybe finish this knitting, but I ended up doing other things instead, which was mostly just put my earplugs in, and or I was listening to my Calm app. If you use the Calm app, I'm really a huge fan of the soundscapes. I listen to them all the time. And the one I love, it's like a perpetual loop sound of a beach. So you have the waves coming in, and then it's also like a fire. So waves and crackling fire, and it's really nice. So I was listening to that for most of the trip. Yeah, but I've napped. I have eaten kinda. I had a smoothie and all that stuff. But tonight we're just going to be really chill. We'll probably play some board games or watch TV, maybe play darts. And then it's going to be a very early night so that tomorrow I can wake up and feel like I am back on a normal schedule. Fingers crossed. But anyway, yeah, we made it. We made it here. I'm low energy, but we made it here.
Careful.
Oh, he's in the light on that?
Yeah. Got one. Ooh.
Two darts for a while.